Got everything having blueberry on it. Oh.
Jam. What is it? Where does it come from? And how is it made? Join me, folks, as we explore the insides and out of jam. Before we understand the jam itself, we must look at its beginnings. Fruit. So we headed over to School Farm, run by Georgia Cooper.
So the fruit that we've got at the minute is just strawberries. So the best season for strawberries would be from, as soon as they're ready, is the middle of June until around the second week of August. It's not too hard to grow them, it just means a lot of maintenance. So with the strawberries we've got the spraying of pesticides and things like that, and then also the strawing of the strawberries. So before they're ready, we just pop some clean straw down so that when they fall, they can fall onto clean fresh straw. And so the farm itself has been owned by the family for about 6 years, but the farm dates back to about the 18th century, and they also own another farm, Pick Your Own Soft Fruits farm, and that's been here for about 20 years. At this farm we grow about 7 acres of strawberries. We used to have about 2 acres of raspberries, blackberries, black, red and white currants, but they've all gone now. And then at our other farm we've got about 15 acres of strawberries as well. So School Farm is a pick your own soft fruit farm. So what you do is anyone from the public can come and they go picking in a little punnet, and then they come back, pick as much as they want, weigh it all, and then they pay for what they pick. I suppose it could just help in terms of coming to the farm and visiting it and supporting a local business, and then we also always need pickers in the summer that can come and help pick, because we also sell ready picked strawberries in our shop.
So now the fruit has been grown and picked, what's next? How do you turn this into this? Well, let's have a closer look at the jam. No, a really close look. On the molecular level. A well-set jam is reliant on 3 things: sugar, acid, and most importantly, pectin. Pectin is what's called a polysaccharide, a long chain of sugar. These chains overlap inside the jam to form a kind of loose web. This web holds in the water molecules in nice pockets, which when you scale it up, forms a gel, giving the jam its signature, spreadable consistency. However, the pectin doesn't do this alone, because of these fellows right here. The COOH groups, or COO groups, are ionized, meaning that they are negatively charged. They repel each other, making it very difficult for those nice webs to form. This is where the acid comes in. At the right acidity, these COO groups are not ionized and overlay nicely. And finally, the sugar not only adds to the flavor, but also helps thicken the water, which makes it easier for the water to get trapped in those nice pectin pockets. All fruit contains pectin and acid on some level. Of course, we think of citric acid in citric fruits, but citric acid can be found in all sorts, as well as malic and tartaric acid. However, not all fruits are made equally, and sometimes you have to add additional acid or pectin. Adding pectin can mean that you don't have to cook your jam as long, which can be good for sweeter desserts, but less suited for breakfast. Let's look at an example of a notoriously difficult fruit to jam. Grapes. Grapes have a nice flavour, plenty of juice, and in most regards seem like a very interesting jam. After all, in terms of structure, they don't seem too different from blueberries, and you can jam them easily. But when you try and make grape jam, you get this. What's going on here? Well, let's have a look at our 3 components. Pectin? That can't be it. Grapes are amongst the highest pectin levels in all fruit. Acidity? Grapes are plentiful in tartaric acid and hardly need assistance in the pH department. Sugar? Well, we added sugar and that doesn't seem to help at all. So what gives? It's the skin. Grape skin is very thick and very dense. Unlike blueberries or raspberries, the skin doesn't just fall away as the pot heats up, so you end up overcooking some of it, like the sugar, and undercooking other parts, like the inside, meaning you end up with this kind of chunky grape caramel. The solution? Peeling or pulverizing the grapes. This destroys the skin, meaning that you can cook the grapes like you would any berry. But why am I telling you this? Why did I just spend 5 minutes of your precious time talking about jam? Well, because jam is an accessible luxury, no longer just the privilege of those who could afford it, but something that anyone can make, so long as they have access to sugar, berries, and a way to cook them. So why not go out and pick some berries in the summer, or buy them in the winter, and get cooking at home? Because after all, there's nothing quite like a good spoonful of jam in the morning.